Krishna saying, "You're my man." And how does she send the message? Yes, she tells the Brahmana to bring this message. Incidentally, there's no indication that she wrote the message. She told the Brahmana. Anyway, so I was thinking, well, what would that Brahmana be thinking as he is going to Dwarka and he's going to meet Krishna? And so I wrote something. It's my imagination, it's my speculation, if you like. But I like to think of it as filling out a picture, just like we have paintings. Srila Prabhupada encouraged very much devotees paint the pastimes of the Lord for illustration for his books. And to do these illustrations, these paintings, requires a certain amount of imagination. So what I've been doing is encouraging devotees to elaborate on the pastimes as we read them, without, becoming speculative in the sense of, I generally encourage them to make it the voice of a minor character, rather than Krishna or Rama or Lord Chaitanya, and have them help us to appreciate something more about Krishna's pastimes. We did one volume on Krishna Smarna, and then one on Rama Smarna, and now we just brought out Gaura Smarna. So it's several devotees who have expressed their inspirations from reading Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Bhagavata, and so on. Hare Krishna. So that's what I do. Questions, comments, complaints, or additions? Yes.
Maybe we had a discussion because deities here made this determination to have a son that would be able to kill Indra.
Yes.
So, but we hear later on that somehow Indra, he came to serve her, and she allowed him to serve her.
Mm-hmm.
So we found it quite astounding that she was carrying this desire to beget the son, to kill the very same person, and yet she allows him to serve her. So how is it?
But Stilika said that he came in disguise, and first later on she found out his purpose.
We had a discussion whether if he was actually disguised physically, like she didn't understand who he was.
Right.
But she just disguised his motive, like a hunter, he puts on the black skin of a deer.
Right.
This is taken literally that he physically disguised himself, but just he hid his intention from her. It's mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita.
The word disguise is there. If I knew the verse where that's mentioned specifically.
58, I think.
58?
Or 48, something like that.
I think it was before 52, 53.
Oh, it mentions being outwardly friendly. Okay. O King, who are respectful to everyone, Indra understood deity's purpose, and thus he contrived to fulfill his own interests, following the logic that self-preservation is the first law of nature. He wanted to break deity's promise, thus he engaged himself in the service of deity, his aunt, who was residing in an ashrama. Okay, nothing about disguise there.
It comes a few verses after that, like 4 or 5 verses after.
Indra served his aunt daily by bringing flowers, fruits, roots, and wood from the forest. He also brought Krishna, leaves, sprouts, done, and water exactly at the proper time. O King Parikshit, as the hunter of a deer becomes like a deer by covering his body with deerskin and serving deer, so Indra, although at heart the enemy of the sons of Diti, became outwardly friendly and served Diti in a faithful way. Indra's purpose was to cheat Diti as soon as he could find some fault in the way she discharged the vows of ritualistic ceremony. However, he wanted to be undetected and therefore he served her very carefully. Is this the passage you mean?
Yeah, we had a discussion whether it should be understood that he physically disguises. You couldn't tell who he was, or is it just he disguised his motive?
The point was just that his motivation, and if she served him, because the point was that in one class we heard that we were told that Diti was very broad-minded, that even though she had an enemy serving her, she was still allowing him to serve her. But I said that I pointed out that she didn't know his motivation because that was first revealed later on.
Right. Yeah. All it says here is in the Sanskrit, Chihma, deceitful, Mrigaha eva, Mrigakriti, like a hunter in the form of a deer. So it's ambiguous because it's an analogy. It's not saying he actually dressed himself in a way. And my initial thought is because Diti is Indra's aunt, that she would recognize him because they're relations. It's almost like the mother. How can a son disguise himself so as not to be recognized by his own mother? So an aunt is almost a mother. There's one exception that's described in Chaitanya Bhagavata, that the devotees together with Lord Chaitanya one day decided to put on a drama, and Lord Chaitanya played the part of Lakshmi. And from the description, it doesn't seem like there's much of a story to the drama. It just seems like they're kind of all appearing in different characters, and nothing much happens. But Lord Chaitanya appears as Lakshmi, and it's said there that even his own mother, Sachimata, could not recognize him. He was so well disguised. But otherwise, I would, wonder if Diti would not be able to recognize. It seems the emphasis is on hidden motivation.
But even though that she knew that, could see that it is Indra, her nephew, serving her.
That's pretty amazing.
Because, yes, we understand that she could see that. But it is said there that his motivation, later on she is asking him, Indra, what was your motivation? Please disclose it to me and do not speak lies.
Oh.
That she asked just after 2-3 verses, and Indra, he reveals his motivation, and then she also tells him that, after a few verses, and he discloses his motivation for her.
Right. Amazing, huh? This is one of those points in the Bhagavatam where you kind of just say, wow, amazing. It reminds me of kind of the ethics of the battlefield, the classical battlefield, where the sworn enemies will nonetheless even entertain each other in the evening time. Okay, next day, now we're going to kill you, right? So it could be something in that direction. Incidentally, it's a detail, and I don't remember, I think it's one of the commentators explains what is the ritual fault that Indra finds that Diti has committed.
She did not wash her feet and mouth.
Okay, so that is
One day.
mentioned. Yeah, one day she didn't wash her feet. Yeah. After eating or before going to bed or something. Yeah. Yes.
So we just, a person that just took it as a high culture, as you say, as a battlefield. This is a significance as a high, even though you may have some idea plan in your head to have somebody killed, still you can observe a higher culture. When the situation approaches, you will observe, you will honor that higher culture of receiving somebody friendly in your house.
Yeah.
It seemed that was what was going on.
Yeah, and all of this seems to tie into the whole notion of heroism. To be a hero, and a major concern is to have a heroic death. The Bhagavatam is full of discussions of different kinds of death, and there's yogic heroic, you can say, and there's devotional heroic death. But in any case, it's got to be heroic. Bhishma is a heroic death in the Mahabharata, but in the Bhagavatam we understand it's a heroic devotional death. And so, yeah, same with Ritrasura. He wants a heroic death, so he said, come on, kill him, you can do it. So that seems to be the idea. Yes.
I took it also, and I read some places that one should not be duplicitous. You know, like that the word was also used in some of the verses that when we do devotional service, we should not have hidden motivations.
Yeah.
What we are doing.
We can also understand the way that they are so absorbed in understanding that everybody is a spirit soul. Even they act as enemies, they don't take
they know.
too serious.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. I'm going to kill you now. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to make it difficult for you to kill me. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a different culture.
May I ask you, you mentioned earlier in the lecture a reference to the Rig Veda. Brita is described as holding back the waters from Indra. I read
from the whole world.
From one place. I saw one academic, and he said that maybe this can actually refer to the Ice Age. Because I tried to look where is the Ice Age described in the Vedas. Is there actually our take that there has been an Ice Age?
I must say, I haven't come across that, but that's in the academic world we say, well, that's not really my field of research. So I can't really say something about that. But it's an interesting question.
And the latest question, how we can also hold back our water technique?
How indeed. That is also wonderful. How is he holding back the waters? It's a wonderful thing. He must have been very powerful.
Like Vayu, he took our air when he was angry, and then nobody could breathe, the bodies became wood.
Yeah.
How is doing?
How is that possible? When you can figure it out, then you can do it. And then you'll be very powerful. And then everyone will be coming to you and praying, please, give us back our air. We need to breathe. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Grantaraj Vaishnava ki jai, Prabhupada ki